Hello and welcome to What Map, the map review show for Cities Skylines. There are tens of thousands of maps in the workshop now, and so finding the right one for your next build is a huge task. So each day, Monday to Saturday, we'll review one, using our 5-star rating for aesthetics, detail and gameplay potential, awarding only the very best the coveted seal of approval. So join me, fellow Skylines explorers, as we venture to today's new land. Who am I? I'm BonBonB, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to Friday's What Map. Now this map is perfectly suited to those of you that prefer a more vanilla experience, those that don't have any mods or assets, certainly don't have any DLC, maybe a less powerful computer, and those that want to build a large city. Well, all of that is here, but don't get me wrong, this map has some flaws. Most of them can be resolved within game, so let's crack on and have a look, shall we? It's Abbyville by Horseman 55. Obviously one long river running down and joining up with the sea at the bottom. That's an interesting shape. A little bit blank on the left there. We will certainly be covering that in a little bit of detail later. Now there are no instructions, so I have gone with a what was it, definitive vision LUT and a realistic European theme, but in theory you could play this with just all vanilla settings. Now the roads and the rail are the main issues with this map. The good news is you can demolish them and rebuild them, and I would probably encourage you to do so. We will get onto that, and like I say, the score is going to be affected heavily. Yeah, trust me on that one. We get to here and this is dreadful, but it's also quite fun because we're going to see some Dukes of Hazzard stuff here. Whee! Woo! Wah! Wah! Actually jumping. You don't see much jumping traffic, but that is a beauty. Obviously hasn't watched my perfect bridge tutorial. That's one that you should, if you ever have trouble with bridges, just look it up. It's in my playlists, in the tutorials in my playlists, how to make perfect bridges, and it's only 5 minutes long and it'll probably sort out most of your problems. Anyway, this leads down to the start square. Now the thing is with the roads is they all connect with the same part of the map, and so you can have all the traffic coming from what I'm going to call the south. It's not necessarily the south, it could be the west, I don't know, but all heading up to this direction, all from the same direction. The rail's not so bad because the rail does connect on both sides of the map, but the roads, well, we're going to see the other 3 road connections in a moment as we head back towards this intersection, which is a perfectly fine choice of intersection, the old wishbone there. I have no problems with that. And then let's have a look, see what we go here. Tightish turning, just apart, but not horrendously so. I'm not going to mark it down for that one. And then we'll come around here towards the second bridge, under a rail bridge that we'll look at that. But that's, I mean, that's a work of art, that, isn't it? It's Salvador Dali-esque. Dali-esque is what I was trying to say, not Dali-esque. And then the bridges all over the place, absolutely all over the place. Yeah, can't find much to credit there at all, I'm afraid. And then we've got the Cloverleaf Junction with 2 highway connections into the fog. So that's connections 3 and 4. And then if we follow this road off around another pointy highway, we'll join highway connection number 4. Also close to it, that could cause you some problems definitely later on if you've got a big city. Rail over road, it isn't a very good rail over road, so I'm not happy with that one either. And then we get down to this bridge. Now this bridge is beautifully ugly. It reminds me of some of the bridges you see in India. Yeah, put together by the colonials. I'm going to go with that one. Yes, it's rickety and I think it's beautifully ugly. Actually the rail coming off of that slope there's within tolerance. Then we take almost a right angle turn there, and then we'll follow along the side here and see where this one leads. Now there are a few different options here, and once again this is the rail over the road. This is awful again. Look at this, look at that. I mean, good God, there's another star gone instantly. That's an instant star loss there. and it's steep down here, and it's just plain dreadful. And again, a sharp turn, sharp turn. Do you think we could find anything else which could be an instant star loss? Because the detailing in this map is not going to score high. Come down here, you can take a left if you want, but I think we'll go straight on because look at this. There is another instant star loss. That's just dreadful. Just dreadful. Anyway, we can come up to there, and then we come down this way, and it joins up with our main line again. And that's to the dead end again. We'll go back up this way. Like I say, we've got 2 connections on each side of the map. We're not going to look at all of them because it's pretty much pointless. I think you've got the gist. You've actually now seen the worst that this map has got to offer. So by now, if you're thinking, why am I suggesting this is probably going to be a good map? Well, believe me, I've got my reasons. I have got my reasons. And we'll go this way, I think. Yes, the road and the rail is awful, and you will want to. And look at this. We've got a second connection like this. 2, one directly after the other. I mean, I don't get that. Perhaps you forgot you put it in. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I have my reasons. I do. And we will get to those. But I'll tell you what, before we do those, let's have an asset review, because it's about that sort of time now, isn't it? The asset review. Now, this time we've got 2 for the price of 1. It's Utility Outbuildings 1 and 2 by Spence. 1 is on the left, 2 is on the right, and at the front you've got the front view of the buildings, and at the back you've got the back view of the buildings. See how I've done that? And don't worry about the forecourt there. It's they're just decals I put down to make these jump out a little bit from the grass. These are lovely little buildings. I would suggest they're best used as outbuildings for utility purposes. Spence, you've done a really nice job here, my friend. You've done. I'm going to have to check out some of your other work because these are quite dinky, and I can see plenty of use for them. Utility Outbuildings 1 and 2 by Spence. They are today's assets of the day. A bit of dead air there as I mistimed my sting. We've got 2 shipping routes. So 4 rail connections, 4 highway connections, 2 shipping routes. Although the rail and well, let's talk about those. The better now. We've seen them now. See here, we've got a lot of water flow here coming out of this river, and it's because there is a proper flow in this river. Oh my goodness, is there? So like we're going to ignore the bridges and everything because we know they're absolute crap. Okay, now look at the riverbanks. Look at those riverbanks. They are nice and smooth. You can build right up to the edge of those. It's a good wide river. There's proper water flow running down the river. And as we head up this way, we will reach a waterfall. Now I would say, because we're pretty much vanilla settings, it's a muddy looking river. It's not the most aesthetically pleasing of maps because of it. A lot of water flowing off of here. And then we'll head up here to a lake, and that's a water source. This lake is pretty large and I like it. It kind of makes sense there. A lot of water would feed down off of those hills into that lake. Does make a bit of geological sense to me. Now we've got water flowing into that point, so we've got backflow up the river from this point here, and then we've got downflow down the river from here. But look at all these arrows. Look at the amount of water flow, loads of it. So you can stick your sewage into this river and it'll be gone in about 20 seconds. Absolutely beautiful, and almost worth a detailing point, almost. But I think we'll work that into the gameplay score. I think that's probably going to be a better way of doing it. Build plane, loads of build plane, and like I say, huge potential here for a massive city. Oh yes. And then if we can skip across here, a little bit of ugly work here. Let's head back here. Look there. That's a bit just a bit right, okay. Get out of my system. Okay. Loads of trees. Now the thing is, he's used so many trees here. This is why I'm reckoning. A bit rugged hill there. Let's head up to the top of this hill. Lots of build plane up here, but look, it's completely blank of trees. I reckon he's used up his allotment of trees. over the rest of the map. He's just got nothing left to spend. Oh, well, that's bad planning. But like I say, loads of room to build up here as well. Not a bad view from up here. And I think we should give this thing some points. Aesthetically, it's a middly map. It's very vanilla-y, and I'm just going to give that a solid 3. I can't... It's kind of a 2 going on 3, but I'll give it a 3. Detailing, it doesn't deserve more than 1. That's all you're getting. Gameplay potential, honestly, yes, demolish out those roads and rails, rebuild them, and I think you've got a solid map here. So that's it. Abbyville, Horseman 55, today's map of the day. 4 stars for gameplay there. Everybody's happy. And that's it. Well, thanks for watching, commenting, liking and subscribing. Join me again tomorrow where we'll do one more What map. One last one for the week. And then we can put our feet up and enjoy something different. I don't know, what have we got planned for Sunday? Something. And then Monday, 2 shows for the price of 1. I'll see you then.